Hello friends, I am Vanshika Sharma and you are watching The Gen Z Reporter. Today's story is not just about one verdict. This is the story of justice's victory that stood against power's arbitrariness. On one side, the Supreme Court has given the government a severe blow on the Waqf Amendment Bill. On the other side, given a strict warning to the Election Commission on the EIR matter. And on the third side, the game of giving Adani thousands of acres of land for 1 rupee in Bihar and then selling expensive electricity is going on. Is this the real face of democracy? Make laws hastily, loosen the judiciary and sell everything to your friends before elections? Stay tuned because today we will see how the judiciary has stopped power's dictatorship and how public resources are being gifted to corporate houses. Friends, after 4 months of waiting, the Supreme Court has finally delivered its interim verdict on the Waqf Amendment Act. And this verdict is a complete victory for those who went to the Supreme Court against this law. How the government's has backfired and the Supreme Court put a stay on all those provisions for which the government conducted overnight debates in Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. At that time, the opposition said, don't bring these provisions, they are wrong. But government did not listen. Today, see, Supreme Court's key decisions are these. First, no more 3 non-Muslim members out of 11. Earlier, this was 5, now only 3. Second, the 5-year practicing Muslim provision has been removed. There was tremendous debate in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha about how you will determine if someone is a 5-year practicing Muslim. The Supreme Court has stated this. Third, CEO will be Muslim only. The Supreme Court has clearly said that whoever becomes a CEO will be Muslim only, cannot be a non-Muslim. Fourth, stay on collector's arbitrariness. Until final verdict comes, no one can be evicted from property. The Supreme Court has removed that fear that the government can grab any property by declaring it disrupted and disputed. Fifth, relief given on Waqf by user and the 5-year imprisonment provision are also removed. Friends, the credit of this big victory goes to Kapil Sibal and Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who represented the Muslim petitioners in this case. Due to their sharp arguments, today Muslim petitioners achieved a big victory in the Supreme Court. When petitioners came out of the Supreme Court, everyone said, this is our victory, we are satisfied. Imran Pratap said that in every respect, the fear that lands would be snatched away has got major relief. This second big news is the Supreme Court's strict warning on the EIR matter. The bench of Justice Sur Khan and Justice Malai Bagchi clearly told the Election Commission, if any irregularity is found, we won't even wait for the final draft. We will directly cancel the EIR. This is a very big comment. The Supreme Court said if any irregularity is formed and found, the entire process will be cancelled. Earlier, the Election Commission had told the Supreme Court that the court cannot compel us to conduct EIR. This is our right. But today, the Supreme Court has given a strict warning. The next hearing is on October 7. Importantly, 65 lakh names have been removed from Bihar and there was much controversy about them. Yogendra Yadav had reached the Supreme Court with those people who were declared dead in the EIR. Now, we come to the third biggest story, the story of double profit mangoes and their seeds at mango prices. 1,050 acres of land, 10 lakh mango, lychee, sagwan trees in Tirupati are given to Gautam Adani for 1 rupee per year for 33 years. 1,050 acres of land in Bhagalpur, farmers' and villagers' land given to Adani for just 1 rupee annually for 33 years to set up a power plant. This is why when the Prime Minister comes and went to Bihar, some farmers were locked in their homes, put under house arrest so they don't come out and protest. Bihar is not alone. Earlier, before Maharashtra elections, power plant was given to Adani, Dharavi was given. In Jharkhand, the power project received was also given just before the elections in which the BJP lost. In Chhattisgarh in 2013, the big Hasdeo Aranya project was given to Adani just before the elections. This is a long list. When elections come and BJP feels that they might lose, then let's quickly give to Adani Bhai. Give some gifts while leaving. The story does not end here. A plant built in Bihar's land with Bihar's money, electricity made from Bihar's coal, will be sold to Bihar's people at 6 rupees 75 paise per unit. That is, our skin is being peeled off to make shoes and sold back to us. When Uttar Pradesh sells electricity at 4 rupees, Maharashtra at 3 rupees, then why is there special rate for Bihar only? Why does double engine government double the prices? A farmer considers land as mother's farm, but the same mother farm land was priced at 1 rupee, got signatures with pencil, forced signatures, threatened and got the signatures, then collected and corrected the signatures with a pen. This is how our lands are being taken. Rahul Gandhi's question is absolutely right. Why don't all these stories happen? Why is there no debate on this on the TV channels? When you pay electricity bill at the beginning of the month, doesn't it come to your mind that if we had raised these questions at the right time, then today our statespeople wouldn't have suffered such a big loss? Friends, today has given 3 big lessons. First, the result of making laws hastily, the government got a shock on Waqf bill because there was not adequate debate in the parliament. Second, judiciary's stand. The Supreme Court clearly warned the Election Commission on EIR that if there is any irregularity, the entire process will be cancelled. Third, exposure of corporate favoritism. The game of giving Adani thousands of acres for 1 rupee just before the elections and then selling the expensive electricity to citizens. This is the power's real priority. Gifting public resources to corporate houses and then selling expenses and expensive items to the same public. Tampering with the constitution and when the judiciary stops, challenging that too. Tampering with the elections and when the judiciary wants, ignoring it. But today also shows that the judiciary is still strong. Lawyers like Kapil Sibal and Abhishek Singhvi are still fighting for justice. Public voice is still being heard. Need is to raise right questions at the right time. All these 3 cases give the same lesson. No institution is supreme in democracy. Neither government nor the election commission. Constitution is above all and judiciary is its protector. Public resources belong to the public, not to those corporate houses. If you make wrong laws hastily, judiciary will stop you. If you tamper with elections, judiciary will warn you. If you loot public resources, questions will be raised. Friends, today is the proof that our democracy is still alive. Judiciary still stands against power's dictatorship. But this fight is not just judiciaries alone. This is all our fight. When constitution is tampered with in the name of Waqf bill, questions must be raised. When elections are tampered within the name of EIR, voice must be raised. When public resources are sold for 1 rupee, protest must be done. Rahul Gandhi said rightly, everything has been placed before you in the right time. Now the decision is in our hands. Now make the decision. If you like this analysis, please like, share, subscribe and tell us in the comments. Is this victory of judiciary a victory of democracy? And are these deals being given to Adani fraud with the public? Goodbye from the Gen Z Reporter. Keep standing with justice, keep fighting for truth until you get the answers.